What's happening? What's happening, man? This is Fourth in the Game, episode 19 in your face, baby. You're here with my boy Fred in the building. He's back. He's ready to roll. What's up, Fred? Say what's up to the people.
I'm back. What's up?
That was weak. That was real weak.
So weak.
No, you was like, ah. What's up? Mr. Opinion, what's going on, man? Say what's up to the people, man.
We are in the building, episode 19. I'm fired up. I'm fired up for you guys to be here. And you know I got a ton of opinions. I can't wait but to get out.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Hey, look.
Here we go.
Fred, since you were not here, we're going to go ahead and let you start off with the sports. Go ahead, Fred is blessed with something. What we talking about right now?
Sorry, I missed out on that last week. It looked like a lot of fun, but since
he said that sarcastically,
since my absence, some things have unfolded in the NBA playoffs, and so right now we're looking at the Denver Nuggets and Jokic, the center, who are already have an early lead on the Lakers. So I don't know how this is going to go for you guys. Jokic is kind of unstoppable in the playoffs. He's averaging a triple-double. So 31 points a game, 10 assists, 13 and a half rebounds per game. The Lakers are going to have to figure that out. They're going to need a healthy Anthony Davis, which you usually can't count on for more than a few games in a row.
Hello. Is my mic on?
Go ahead, Mr. P. Go ahead, Mr. P. I was going to stop, but go ahead, Mr. P.
Man, listen, dog. He talking all his Tommy the Jokers. Win a series, go to the finals. You know what I mean? But I will give a man props where it's due. Right? He has been coming through. He looking somewhat good. I don't know. But the Lakers did go through a hard series. I don't know. I ain't ready to give it up to Jokic yet.
Look. What you can't do is give an excuse to the Lakers for playing subpar. Me being a Lakers homer, I will say that they played subpar and that they need to step the game up. But I think they might have figured it out, the game plan. But Joker is that guy. You got to give him his props.
Too fast.
No.
Too fast. This is the only reason why I say that. Just hear me out for a quick second. After coming off such a different animal in the Warriors, I'm going to give them this grace period. I'm really interested in what they do in this second game. Like you said, what type of adjustments they make. I don't fully buy into Joker kick just yet. Joker kick.
Well, I mean, he bought in game one of this series with 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists. So I don't think he was really. I don't even think he cared. Oh, he also had 2 blocks, in case you were wondering. So he had some things. He had some things going on. He seemed pretty.
Also, hey, what's going on? What's happening?
Look who's decided to join us on the podcast. I know a certain 9th grade algebra teacher who would not at all approve of this kind of behavior. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Well, he can't call him a pops, that's for sure.
He would call you a derelict, though. You would definitely be a derelict right now.
I'll take it.
But hey, Mom, I want you to jump straight in on this because they're talking all this smack about Jokic kick. You saw game one. Do you give the Lakers a pass in game one, considering that Denver is such a different animal from the Warriors? Or do you say this is the way the series is going? What are your thoughts?
I actually think, man, the way the Lakers ended game one, I think if they can carry that momentum, I mean, it's game one, man. You got to figure things out. I mean, Joker he's a beast, man. He's a grown man. Lakers don't really have a grown man in the paint like that. So I think it took him a while to figure it out. I mean, he's going to do his thing. You got to kind of minimize Murray and the rest of them cats. Joker going to get his. He going to get his, man. So you got to play off of that. I think if they carry that momentum into game two that they ended the game with, I think they'll be all right. I still like the Lakers. As much as it pains me to say it, I like the Lakers.
Yeah, say it.
Okay, so I think this is the other part of this conversation that I'm really curious. It's really going to show who is Darvin Ham, right? He's kind of got this job in the spotlight, in the limelight. Did he get the job too soon? Is he ready? Is he going to be that? Is he going to be able to make those adjustments? I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
It's just like Maul said at the end of game one, they made adjustments, right? And it's just like boxing. You know what I'm saying? That first round is a fill out round. And you never like doubt the champ, you know what I'm saying? Even though he might get hit in the face a couple of times. All right, I lost round one. But when he sees that opening and he sees that little gut punch, he gonna knock him to his knees, man. So that's the Lakers all day. That's all I can say about that, bro.
I can go with that.
Okay.
Damn, he is a rookie coach. He is learning on the fly, but he does have what's considered the greatest all time. So, I mean, it is what it is. We'll see. It's going to be fun to watch, though. If nothing else, man, these playoffs have been exciting to watch. Every series has had its own little drama within the game. So it's going to be fun.
I'm going Nuggets in 4, and it is what it is.
4. Wait.
Yeah.
You mean like the sweep?
Motown feeling back again. Hey, listen, man.
Horrible, man. Boys again.
It's hard to even recognize what you were doing.
I apologize.
Man, but listen, I apologize to flipping Doc Rivers. After the worst performance, what did I tell y'all about Embiid and flipping Beardy and Embiid? They sucked. They were so awful, and then you fire the coach. They should be on the first thing smoking out of Philly.
You got to do something, man. They're not gonna get rid of their talent.
Talent? That's the point. What talent?
But they got them that far. You know what I'm saying? You could sports talk radio me to death. But they got them that far. You know what I'm saying?
They did a lot more than Ben Simmons could do right now. That's for sure.
But in the same breath, that's been Doc Rivers' knock. Like everywhere he's been, Doc Rivers has been that guy. He'll get them there. They can sniff it. You know what I'm saying? But they can never have a different analogy, but I will say it for the sake of the podcast. They can sniff it, but they never get the taste of the
Patreon.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's Doc Rivers since Orlando. Remember, he used to do that with the Magic. He did that with LA with the Clippers. Now, you know what I'm saying? So every way with the Knicks, he's done that every way he's been, man. He's that guy.
But that's what I'm saying. How can you put it on him when they have like all-time horrible, when you got the MVP who doesn't even get 10 points?
Yeah, Doc Rivers.
You can't put that on the coach. I mean, at some point, and what's the level of responsibility? That's all I'm saying. I think it's really awful. And I think the more of this should land on the players than the actual coach. It was pretty god awful performance. So
I'm not sure if you really understand how sports work, right? But there's 12 cats on the bench and there's one coach. We ain't getting rid of the 12 cats.
Nope.
Especially the ones who have max contracts. So somebody got to go. And if it's a cat that's 0-10 in game sevens and it's throughout his coaching career, you got to fall on the sword, brother. I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for Doc because he's probably gonna get $30-40 million when he walk out the door anyway. So I don't really feel bad for him. But I'm just saying somebody got to fall on the sword. And unfortunately, in sports, 9 times out of 10, it's the coach.
Also in the world of sports right now, we have the 2023 NFL schedule came out. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to check that out, but are there any games that stick out for you? Let's start with you, Maul.
All 17 that the Miami Dolphins playing are important to me.
Boy.
So, I'm going to start there. Obviously, the game, Dolphins Chiefs is going to be interesting for me because you got Tyreek Hill. He's going back and forth with a couple cats from the Chiefs, some friendly banter going back and forth on Twitter and IG. So I think it's going to be fun to see him face his old team. They know what he does. He knows what they can do. So I think that was going to be fun. I'm also one that I'm really interested in is the Aaron Rodgers. The Tom Brady game in New England when he goes back to see how he is received. I believe they are playing the Raiders, right?
Oh, wow. Those teams have a history.
Yeah, I think that it'll be a lot of drama involved in that one. So definitely Dolphins Chiefs is number 1 on my list.
How about you, Roscoe? What do you got?
Well, the one game that I know I'm looking forward to is the most important game is the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Like, that is like the one and only game I'm looking forward to. But The other real game that I'm looking forward to is traveling down to Miami to check my boys out in the sunshine, sitting right there in the makeshift black hole.
You ain't looking forward to that at all.
I'm so looking forward to that. Do you understand me? It's right down the street. I have the ability to see my team for little or nothing, man. So that's the game I'm looking forward to. I don't care about the players or the X's and O's. I'm just there for the atmosphere and to talk trash, man.
What do you got, Mr. Opinion?
Man, that was just a bunch of nonsense I heard from both Maul and Roscoe. The most humorous nonsense
Yes.
I've heard. But, on a real sports take, I must say I'm really looking forward to Eagles and Chiefs. That really stands out, a rematch of the Super Bowl. And honestly, even bigger than that is the Bengals and Chiefs in the Chiefs Week 17, because that may decide home field advantage in the playoffs. I think both those teams are really dominant in the AFC. So I think those are really games that I will be looking forward to. And 49ers and Eagles Week 13, that's probably going to be the decider.
Anyway, a couple games stood out to me. One is Week 18. The Dolphins will host the Bills in Miami. And that will be, they'll finish the season 17-0 at that point, and then they'll go on to win the Super Bowl. We all know that. Another game stuck out to me for an entirely different reason, which is week 1 of the preseason, which is the Jets and the Browns on a Thursday night, and the game starts at 8 p.m. It's the Jets and the Browns, two historically hilarious franchises. So I was just wondering, will anyone stay awake past 8:45 for this game or what?
I will.
Off GP, you got to. You know what I'm saying? But
you have a real football problem if you're watching the Jets and Browns on August 7th.
Yeah. I mean, it's not enough to
watch preseason football. I refuse.
I'll watch it because it's nothing else to do, man. It's like background noise. You know what I'm saying? When you put that on and do whatever else you need to do around the house. You know what I'm saying? Like Fred like to do chores and stuff and put on background noise and stuff. So it is what it is, man.
Hey, if you like to do chores, I got a lot of them for you to do, man. If you just need some chores to do.
No, I've got my own chores. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
I just cleaned the gutters this weekend.
All right, man. What's
up? So, I know everybody knows this. It's our trending topics. You know what I'm saying? So, Ja Morant. He's back in the news.
NBA dumb boy, as Kwame Brown called him, NBA dumb boy.
He's back in the news. I don't know why he's back in the news. Can somebody explain to me why Ja Morant is back in the news and what he's doing?
Because if you follow him on IG, you got free tickets to the gun show again.
Nice. Yeah. How instinctively everybody did that at the same time. That was nice. I like that.
Well, they don't like guns as much as Ja likes guns. That's what I know.
But it's nothing wrong with liking guns, man. Everybody talks about the Second Amendment and all that kind of stuff. Liking guns is cool. But don't like them on Instagram Live. Don't like them on the bus leaving your NBA game. Don't like them in the club.
Out of town.
Don't like them in the club. Don't point the red laser at the Indiana Pacers after they beat you allegedly. Just don't do that stuff. You can love guns all day.
In his defense, he really likes guns. That's all I'm going to say.
So
I really like a lot of things, but nobody will ever see me do it on Instagram Live.
How about he like making $40 million a year? How about he like that?
Yeah. Not only making before you go, Roscoe, not only making $40 million a year, but losing $39 million this year by not making one of the 3 All-NBA teams. Losing his Nike contract worth about $22 million.
And it just came out.
I like money more than I like guns and anything else. That's just me.
All right. Well, to play devil's advocate here, which I love to do sometimes. So,
good luck, bro.
It's like this here, right? So, in the court of public opinion, Ja Morant is an idiot and all that good fun stuff, right? Did he do anything illegal? He didn't do anything illegal, right?
Open carry state.
Open carry state. So he didn't do anything illegal. He's on a platform. He's not in the NBA facility. He hasn't done anything NBA since they lost to the Lakers, by the way. So he's just out hanging out, flashing his gun. So if he was in the woods and he flashed his gun in the woods, would that be a problem? Because you can say he's hunting, right? Because people flash. I've seen Instagram posts of people have their guns in the woods. I've seen. Go ahead. What'd you say?
No, I thought I was trying to answer. I was going to answer your question.
Oh.
Well, I was just going to say, if a bear shits the woods and nobody hears it, does it make a sound?
It do.
Only if John Morant
the sound.
shoots it.
Yeah, I'm say it's the sound of one hand clapping. That's what it is.
Only if John Morant lets off some shots.
I don't know where that
That's the
came
only
from.
way it makes sound.
That was so left field, dude. But I see what y'all on tonight.
Say that over again, man. Just off GP.
Yeah,
That over again.
he hear that. Look, first off, and another thing is this, man. He's probably one of the same. No, I'm not gonna let him repeat that nonsense, man.
We can't go out like this, dog. I believe everyone out there in podcast land. I believe what he was trying to say was, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody hears it, doesn't make a sound.
He said what he said, man.
In the woods, do you hear it and doesn't make a sound? I'm like, what are we doing, bro?
Fred can be an expert on that shit, and do they make sounds? I don't know about that.
It is an old New England proverb, so I don't know. I don't know. The jury's out. Jury's out on this. But either way, John Morant would definitely shoot that bear. That's the main thing that we have to know.
I would say this though, as I finish my devil's advocacy, I think John Morant just wants another free trip to Florida.
Well,
so he can go to rehab. In all seriousness, right now, I said this. I was like, this is a double standard. I said simply because he was riding with his homeboys, listening to rap music, and he pulled the gun out.
I mean, he was waving it around.
That's why I call it a devil's advocate. I said I'm not saying that that what he did was right. I'm saying that because he was a young black man, he pulled a gun out, hanging out with his homeboys playing rap music in the car. It looks bad because the whole narrative is, now he's trying to be gangster. Maybe he was just showing off his new purchase. Maybe the gun was in his way, was trying to put his seatbelt on, and you know what I'm saying, he was moving it to the other side or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And these young people got to protect themselves because they try to get robbed because they notice him, they know he got money. So you trying to tell me you don't want John Morant to have his piece on him in the car just in case?
I think, okay, maybe I would go with that if this was the first time, but this happened just not that long ago. And he got sent away from his team for a few days. And now he appears like he could be in some sort of trouble for this. So I guess my thing here is it does show a lack of maturity. Although the thing that irks me about the whole thing is the flip side of the conversation where I've heard people throwing out like 50-game suspension. That seems ridiculous.
Yeah, that's bull.
But it does show a lack of maturity that you would want this person to have, if he's the center of your franchise.
Like I said, I agree with you, Fred. I think it comes down to decision making in that situation. Did he do anything illegal? Absolutely not. Did he do something stupid and that could jeopardize his career in terms of making doing what he supposedly loves to do? I would say absolutely yes. And that's kind of the point, right? Can I trust my franchise with this person? I think there is a real question at some point for the Grizzlies just to move forward and move on.
He come to the Lakers, we'll take care of him. He got real gangsters.
Want him in LA. You think if he having problems in Memphis,
the LA gangsters will take care of him, man. They'll make sure he ain't got to carry no gun. You know feel me?
Listen, they already sending messages that he better stop playing gangster before they find him for real. And that's one of the biggest issues too. Is that he just playing and having a good time. It's all fun and games for him. But if he runs across some real gangsters with that foolishness, it ain't gonna go well for him. So what he probably should do is just chill, man.
Yeah. But that's the thing though. Is he being gangster in this situation just by hanging in the car? Is he being gangster in this situation? Or is it just a perception?
He's not, but He's playing game. It's Malibu gangster.
He's trying.
He's given a lot of info about himself on a platform with millions of followers. There's a lot of weird things. It's not even just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Moving on from this John Morant, and I wish him the best. I wish he gets down to Florida as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Get you some of that Florida rehab, Ja. You know it works.
Yes.
Yeah, get some
Florida
like
rehab
good.
is the best.
There's a couple items in the news that I just kind of want to touch on and run across. Meghan Markle was allegedly speeding or not. They're trying to verify the story, but I think the interesting thing is this a case of her being targeted by the British media again? Is that a situation? I don't know. But in other news, I'm going to go off a few news stories and we're just going to jump on a few of them. Okay. Twitter has announced a new CEO. And one thing I found interesting about this new CEO of Twitter is a person that's just designed to get advertisement revenue. They're just trying to make some money. Elon Musk put in a big investment trying to make money. In the war over in between Russia, the U.S. sent some Patriot missiles. And now, get this. Those Patriot missiles are $5 million a piece for a missile. I'm like, what the? And they're firing them off like...
who's like worth that much to kill?
I don't know, but $5 million for one missile, and they're firing them off like it's the 4th of July, and he's $1.50. You know what I mean? I think we took more care in shooting off. Those $3
bottle
rockets. Bottle rockets trying to save some money. Yeah. So no, it was kind of nuts. And the last topic, and you guys go. I'll see the last one for last. But what are your thoughts on any of those topics? Twitter new CEO advertisement, $5 million for a rocket, or Meghan Markle? Any thoughts on any of those?
I would say that Meghan Markle is she's getting what she wanted, which is attention. You know, they just crowned the whatever that I don't know,
king.
British dude. They gave him some biscuits and crumpets and said he was the king of Scrumpet Land. So all I'm saying is she knew who she was marrying and where that led her to because she wanted to be famous, and she's getting that attention, and now she don't want it because, oh my goodness, I'm not built for this. For the Twitter CEO, all that is just a money grab, and we all know if we could be the CEO of Twitter, we'll do it, and I will make it all y'all blue checks, and y'all can say whatever you want to on that. And $5 million for a missile, I mean, they basically just printing out money, whatever they do whatever they want to. They've been doing whatever they want to. So us four on this podcast ain't gonna change nothing but the date on the calendar. So that's my topics on the news.
Well, let me jump in. That was a hard one to follow. I can change my draws and stuff like that. So we can't change something. I can change my draws.
I'm glad you can do that.
I'm glad you just learned. Congratulations.
Change your toothbrush every 3 months.
What's that? What's a toothbrush?
All that stuff. But anyway, man, I think I don't know how much history Meghan Markle studied and any kind of schooling she's ever had. But, I mean, she kind of had to know that this is how this was going to go, right? I mean, how did she think? She thought she was going to live quietly, happy ever out there and not ever see the paparazzi and not ever have camera shoved in her face. Like, dude, what did you really think this was going to be? Exactly. So she can miss me with the sympathy towards me. Like you said, like Roscoe said, you signed up for that. So get it how you live. Twitter, I mean, it's Elon Musk. The dude is one of the richest people on earth. So, I mean, what did we expect him to do? Make it friendlier and more affordable and bring it up to get it right for the poverty, for people in poverty? Nah, we thought he was going to do what he's doing, like charging for blue checks, charging a hell of a lot of money for advertising. And if you don't like it, oh well.
Yeah.
And as far as the $5 million missiles, man, I'm gonna say for $200,000, I put some Roman candles in a book bag and walk into Ukraine and shoot everybody with them. USA, Joe Biden, whoever's in charge, Holla at me, man. They get moving on y'all, dog.
So in the $200,000 price, you have to purchase the
gotta
Roman
purchase
candles
them.
yourself and then transport them to Ukraine.
Hey,
You're delivering.
he say he gonna walk him to Ukraine.
Welcome to Ukraine.
$200,000 is not enough. You could still be lower than $5 million
Hey,
for a missile, but you
He
gotta
gonna make
do
a
it for more
wide
than that.
hanger slingshot.
I'm trying to do my patriotic duty, save the country some money, dog. It's $5 million per missile. Ain't what's up? I'll go over there and shoot anybody with a Roman candle out my book bag.
Hey, now we can transport John Moran over there. Like,
Yeah. Saying Ja.
I'm gonna focus on one of these.
Where's Ja?
I'm going to focus on one of these topics, which is the new CEO of Twitter, because I don't really know who Meghan Markle is, and I don't know how much missiles cost. And so anyway,
$5 million.
I don't know what to do I don't know what to do about the price of missiles. So I do want to say though that the new CEO of Twitter I think is interesting, because I think one thing that this makes me think of is that I think enough people don't really understand the way that mass media works and the impact that advertising has on it. I think, people have to understand this is the way that media has been provided for us since as long as anyone can remember. Like newspaper is just news words to fill space between advertisements. That's literally what newspapers are. So social media is just the next generation of that. I also think that Elon Musk bought Twitter for much more than it was probably worth when he bought it for that $44 billion. I'm sure it's been bleeding followers since he took over. It's probably not as good of a product as it was, but it's still an important product because it does give us information kind of in real time if you're capable of sifting through the garbage, and there's a substantial amount of that. So I guess the idea that they hire someone who specializes in generating ad revenue is probably a good thing if you think that Twitter is a useful tool. And if not, you're probably not in their demographic anyway. So, I just think that I'm not surprised by that move. It'll be interesting, I guess, just to see what happens next with Twitter.
I think you bring up a really good point. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, now you're super loud.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
The sun doesn't shine forever. As long as we're here, we might as well shine together. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
What was that?
But Fred, I definitely wanted to. I think you brought up a good point. Remember back when we were watching Saturday morning cartoons, in the 80s and stuff like that when we were coming up, they literally said that the cartoon was literally just there to be the advertisement for the toy, for the thing that they wanted us to buy, which were the G.I. Joes, the Transformers, all that stuff. Like if they didn't have the toy, they wouldn't have made the cartoon. So
I want to just add to that. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. That's a general principle of print media, that the stories and the content is literally only used to fill space where there's not advertisers. As someone who's worked in print media, I can tell you that you could write a great story, and if your publication has sold that ad space, they will reduce that down to 200 words if they need to. So that's how the business works. And so social media is just kind of an extension of that.
Absolutely.
I figure we'll go on to the next segment. My, I guess, weird or interesting question of the week. So I would preface it by saying that, Janet Jackson is on tour right now. And
Control.
Yes, Control, and all that good stuff, right?
Hey man, what is with the singing tonight?
Yeah, man, you are very,
you're very
feeling
good, man.
You're very tunesy this evening. I don't know
whatever's in that cup is making him feel good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
he thinks we're filming a Broadway musical.
A USF shirt.
So, with Janet being on tour, right? She's 57, I guess. Martha Stewart, 81, on the cover of the swimsuit edition, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't make that face. Y'all, you saw it. You the one that showed it to me.
I didn't even know about this.
Yes, you did.
Did you just snitch on me? I ain't show you nothing.
I didn't even say you. I said you showed it to me. I didn't say a name. You told it on yourself. You just told it on yourself. So, but here's my question. Okay. What I would say, elder statesman or mature person would you pay money to go see right now, either perform or just hang out with? Like, I would say 50 and over. like I would answer myself first. Like I just saw New Edition and Guy, and they are like 58, 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? And Keith Sweat, like they are all older. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're not that much younger than them, but like who would you pay money to go see right now that is a seasoned veteran?
Yo, I just pulled up these pictures.
Ooh.
Don't do it. Hey, anybody in the sound of my voice?
Pull them up.
The Martha Stewart pictures?
Yeah, don't pull up.
Pull them
Nah,
up.
don't do it, man. Don't do it.
No, if I had to see him, y'all gotta see him.
Nah, that's your fault.
Hey, don't
Yeah,
pull up the Martha
That's your,
Stewart.
that's your business. That's your business.
Don't do it. Reconsider.
Was
All
it
right.
like a whole spread, or I thought it was just a cover photo?
Hey, Fred, stop, man.
So
Stop.
Okay.
Stop. You gonna get ready to climb in the rabbit hole with him, brother. Just stop.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it with my own eyes. I'm going to use
Look,
his to live vicariously
y'all
through.
need to stop looking at gifts.
Hey, don't do it, man. Hey, go ahead, Mr. Opinion, man. Go run the question, man. Who would you
Yeah,
pay to go
Who you
see?
want to see?
Who would you
Who
pay?
you want to see perform?
Or are you just going to go out and physically buy that Martha Stewart cover?
I'm not.
Oh, he get a subscription right now.
He is. He already
All
signed
right.
up.
So listen, y'all. This is a very good question, and I had a couple ideas. I thought about Charlie Wilson. I think that would be pretty cool. But then I was like thinking of things specifically during my time. So then what came to me is Mariah Carey, and probably the Isley Brothers. I'd probably pay to see both of them.
Okay.
You would pay actual money to see Mariah Carey perform?
Mariah got joints. I don't know what you. That's not
Mariah
even real.
got joints. You heard him? Don't cheat it.
Man, what is
Mariah got-
happening here?
Like when you talk about, and the reason why I wanted to say, I'm thinking more like an R&B, because I think that kind of set would just give me a vibe more than like seeing like a hip hop set per se for me.
Name a Mariah Carey song, Mr. Opinion.
Oh, well, let's go.
No, don't Google it.
Nah, yeah. What are you
No,
typing?
no,
Why
my
you
hands
sitting
up, my
down
hands
that
up.
rabbit
What are
hole,
you
man?
even
My
looking at?
hands
Look
up.
directly at the
My
camera.
Look,
You got
this
Honey.
is the same dude that looked up Martha Stewart pictures, man.
Yeah, that's true.
You got Honey, which is a joint. You got Breakdown. You got
Mm.
ODB. You got
ODB's not with us anymore.
I know, but you still got the Fantasy. All right.
Mm.
That's
She
cool.
can bring him on the speaker. You got you got the song "Touch My Body." Touch
No,
My
all
Body.
right. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough of
I
this.
guess he proved
That's
his
enough
point,
of whatever
people.
we're doing here.
Wait, you got more.
By the
She
way,
got-
He said, "Touch
By the way,
my
Breakdown is an all-time underrated banger by Mariah Carey. It's probably her best song. I will say that. That's what the
I
that's
don't
what the
know.
Okay.
Bone
She got the
does.
song with the locks. She got the Honey
No.
remix with the locks and Mace.
Yeah.
That go hard.
Stop. I don't want to hear you talk about Mariah Carey.
Fred, you
anymore.
just
This
gave
is-
her props. Now don't do
This has
that.
got this
She
has
got
gotten
my
out
all.
of hand.
I give my all.
I mean, because you see where this is
Sing it.
going. Why are you stopping me from stopping him?
Mariah
Why?
got, all I'm saying is Mariah got a bunch of number ones. She got a whole album called Number Ones.
I can't believe that you would pay money to go watch Mariah Carey perform. That's so
Actually, I
embarrassing.
would.
I'm embarrassed for
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. Elton John almost made this list too.
Mm.
You would pay money to go watch Elton John perform?
Why
He
not?
puts on a good performance. I've seen him perform before, actually.
I didn't realize you were such an Elton John fan.
He puts on a good
For
performance.
real, you didn't know?
No, didn't know.
Mm. Fred, so who you going to see, Fred?
My thing is that I am not into live performances, so there's
Me
no way
neither.
that I would pay for any of these people to go watch them perform. But I will say this: I hope that Janet Jackson's tour goes well, because Janet Jackson is a living icon. I bring this up every time her name comes up. Somehow it's like she's just been memory holed by a large section of Americans. There was a time where you could not go, I don't know, 4 months without hearing a Janet Jackson song that was like number one on the radio.
Well,
She
you know
is
what happened
literally
though.
an icon.
you
Yeah,
know
that's
what
what they say. I don't even know what happened, honestly. I can't imagine
The
that
nip slip.
Super Bowl.
She even says it. She even says the nip slip in the Super Bowl.
It didn't even seem that controversial to me. Maybe I was just that progressive at the time. Nothing about it seemed.
Exactly.
Well, it just didn't seem even that crazy for the time. It didn't even seem someone's gonna have to hit the beep button on Roscoe. It didn't even seem that crazy at the time. It just seemed like a thing that I don't know. I didn't find it to be that scandalous, so I always thought all the hype around it was crazy. But Janet Jackson is a noteworthy figure. Her and her brother Michael. Maybe you heard of him. If you haven't, you should check them out. they dominated the charts for a long time, and Janet Jackson really is an American icon.
I have a quick question. Who's the person who passed Janet Jackson for #1 hits for a female artist? Do you know?
If you're trying to take us back to Mariah Carey, I'm not going to let you do it, because now we're going to move on to whatever the next topic is.
Go ahead, Maul. Go ahead, Maul.
Man, I remember, man, it was probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, man. There was a versus, and it was the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh yeah,
man. That's probably the only verses that I really, really watched from beginning to end, and it was like an hour and a half of pure hits, like nostalgia. It made me think about being in love, being at the family barbecue, riding with the top down and the lowrider. Like, it was everything, man. It was all of that wrapped up into one. And you think about, I mean, Ronald Isley's like 82 years old, man, and he got the gray beard, he got the 30-year-old wife. He's super cool. I mean, their music, I mean,
timeless.
Test the time. So I would pay, man, to see the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire do a versus again. Just bring out all the hits, man, and all the instruments, the moves, Ernie on the bass guitar. Like, it's just, I mean, that's just it, man. And then, you know, wherever those cats go, the ladies gonna follow, man. It's gonna be a cool atmosphere. Everybody gonna be chill. John Morant ain't gonna be in the club with the pistol. It's just gonna be cooling, man. It's gonna be a nice, cool environment. So I definitely would pay, man, for the Isleys, Earth, Wind, and Fire, something along those lines, man, to see them cats do it old school.
I would put $100 that John Morant would bring a pistol to an Isley Brothers concert.
I hope not. But speaking on more with the verses, man, that verses was like something special.
Trying to tell you,
because we was
genius.
We was in our house, and you know, we had the in-laws over, and I had my parents over and stuff, and it came on,
grooving,
and they was up dancing. You know what I'm saying? And like telling stories, and it was like amazing because everybody was grooving in the house from all ages and stuff, man.
It was a groove, man.
That's a heck of a point. And I've seen Janet live, Fred, and she still puts on the show, and she almost. But it didn't. I was waiting the whole time. You got to believe
you were just not going to stop dropping the T-bombs.
I'm going to say it one more time.
dropping T-bombs.
You're killing me, dog. You're killing the editor.
Baghdad, bro.
You're killing the editor.
I'm going to say. No, I'm not going to say it. But just moving on.
Is this public access? I mean, is this a public access show? No. Is this channel 12?
Before we move on to the next one, I just pulled up an Isley Brothers concert that's happening in LA, and it's pretty much almost sold out.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah. But go ahead.
They still, and not only that, man. Before we move on to the next one, they're still doing music with like hit makers, man. They're still doing music with Beyonce and Rihanna and Trey Songz and all these cats that are like big, huge artists, man. So the Isley Brothers is still what's up, man. At 80 plus years old, still doing their thing, man. So
Roscoe, I thought you. Yes, definitely shout out to them. I was going to say something. You just sparked my memory again, Ma. Talk about an artist that spans the test of time in terms of, all of us have music that we know from the Isley Brothers that was made during our time. Like our parents, you know what I mean?
And they're so invincible. They survived a collaboration with R. Kelly. So I'm just going to say that they can't be canceled. They can't be stopped. Isley Brothers still on top.
There's a lot of people that survived a relationship with a certain rock. So let's not hold that against them.
Saying their careers are still thriving is all I'm saying. They didn't get canceled for having worked with R. Kelly.
Listen, last point. Not only did they survive that relationship with that dude, Mr. Big actually went to jail, dog, and came out. And is still a hit maker. He came out.
It's wild.
At 70 plus years old, he went to jail, came out, and went straight back to the lab and started making hits. And nobody really blamed him.
Yeah.
So
that's what happens when you're an Isley brother.
Shout out to the Isleys.
Cass is untouchable, man.
Since we've gone through the question and everybody, you know what I'm saying, elaborating on stuff that they really feel, passionate about. So just to sort of wrap it up. What is something that you care about and only you care about? Who wants to start us off? Fred, you want to go?
Yeah, man. I mean, I hate to keep beating a dead horse or a dead
You should
bear.
not be beating dead horses or bears.
Please don't beat dead horses.
There is a bear that's basically living in our yard now, and it's kind of a thing.
That's good for you. You talk so much noise about bears.
We are worried about it a little bit because we have a dog that we have to take out, and I mean, this bear just. We've seen it so many times I can't even tell you. It's basically like it's a thing. It's almost like, oh, the bear is out there. Like, oh my God, there's a bear in my yard. There's the bear is out there.
Call him Boo Boo.
Sometimes he walks through the backyard. Sometimes he strolls through the front yard. The other night we were laying in bed. We heard a boom, and my wife was like, "Oh, I hope a bear didn't get in the trash." And I got up in the morning, and my trash was in the middle of the road, and some of the neighbors were outside picking up their trash. So. It's bear season.
So you're feeding the bears at night?
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I guess so. I guess we are, which is why I would imagine they like to live here so much. So we had one of those bear-proof trash cans, but the garbage company broke it like the third week we had it. So now the bear could just open the lid. So yeah, man, bears are back and we're all in trouble.
So is that bear essentially domesticated at this point?
No, it is not domesticated at all. It's very wild. I can assure you that if you walk up too close to it, it will swipe you with one of its gigantic bear paws. Like a bear.
You should go out there and make peace with the bear, man. Go out there with a peace offering.
With a picnic basket.
You cannot talk sense. You cannot talk sense into these animals. They do not want to hear it.
Bears are not unreasonable, man. Go out there and just work it out, man. Y'all can share space together.
Straight up. This ain't the 85 Bears.
I assume that this bear was unreasonable when he dumped my trash can over in the middle of the night and I had to wake up first thing in the morning and go put it all back in.
He
probably needs a bear friend.
Yeah, well, I hope he finds one that doesn't live in my house.
Tyrone Keys to talk to him. He's a former bear.
Shout out Mr. Keys, man.
Mr. Keys.
Go ahead,
so anyway,
Mr. Keys,
yeah,
man.
that's something that matters to me, man.
Man, something that matters. A couple of things that matters to me. I went this weekend to see the Tampa Bay Rays lose a game. But it was an awesome. I mean, I was in Yankee Stadium and the new Yankee Stadium, and it was a beautiful, beautiful ballpark. It's very lush.
Who plays there?
The New York Yankees, Yankee Stadium.
Is that a baseball? That's a Major League Baseball team?
Yes.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, not many people have.
Probably because they're not first place in the AL East like the Tampa Bay Rays. But go ahead.
But one of the things I would say, everybody in my section. Everybody was like coming at me hard because I was selling out from start to finish. I'm the only person anywhere near me with any type of Tampa Bay Rays. I met one other person. As a matter of fact, I even went to Stan Musial's bar with my Rays gear on, representing Tampa Bay. Was that?
Was Stan Musial there? You say you went to his bar. Was he there?
Yeah, I went to. Well, he got a bar right outside the stadium, so just. Yeah. Good times, great times. And one other thing that really probably only matters to me, we're in, what's the day? May the 18th?
Yeah.
Something 17th. Like that. 17th.
May the 17th?
But we'll make it 18th.
May the 19th. It snowed today.
That's ridiculous.
Whoa.
That's ridiculous.
It snowed today.
That's meteorologically incorrect.
That is meteorologically a fact. We're in the middle of a cold freeze right now.
You guys ever have warm freezes? When's the last warm freeze you had?
Last week it was like 75.
Warm freeze.
That was a warm freeze.
Yeah, 75. It was scorching 75.
In other words, I just need to come back down to Florida, man. Stop playing.
Oh, we had perfect weather here today. It was so much nicer than Florida.
You got bears in your backyard, bro.
That's true.
And he got snow in May. Stop playing with it. Don't do that. But the one thing I care about, I just want to give a shout out to the homie Joe. He hooked me up 2 weeks ago. Got me some fresh ink.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to give him a shout out, let him know, hey, bro, thanks for listening. You know what I'm saying? And doing what you do, brother. That's all.
That is Hawks Tattoos, located at 7575 East Westford Lane in Tampa, Florida.
He is totally making stuff up, but they are in Seminole Heights, so go over there and hang out for a little while.
It's Hawks Electric Tattoo, by the way.
That's Hawks Electric Tattoo, located at 1545 Westward Lane.
Westward. Wow. Not even close.
You'd have been better off saying his address was 6969 penetration weight. That's going out.
Don't get us Janet Jackson.
I mean, for real, man. Hey, man.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe, man.
Shout out, Joe.
Good work. If you're looking for some work in Tampa, man, go holler at the homie.
Liz, everybody, matter of fact, let me just jump in real quick. This isn't a paid ad or anything, nor do I have any tattoos or want one, apparently. But shout out to Joe. He really does good work. He really has an awesome shop that really, keeps a clean shop. And everybody in the shop is really good. Very talented artists.
Hey man, since I ain't gonna let Mr. Opinion do the homie like that, man. His address is 4715 North Florida Avenue.
There you go.
In Tampa, Florida. Go holler at him, man. He gonna take care of you, man. He don't have no problem doing good work, man. So shout out to the homie Joe. And since we're talking about what matters to us, man, I'm currently online trying
Nobody
to
can see that.
New pair of Air Jordans, man. The rest
Ooh, good luck, man. I hope you get it.
Get them right now.
Some of the ones that came out in 93?
Nah, man, the retro 5s, man. They're like a off-white, man. And these things are so sweet, bro. I've been wanting them for a long time. They just restocked. So I'm trying to get them right now, man. I know nobody, Mr. Opinion shaking his head, he rubbing his temple.
He really loves Jordans.
Because he just, I don't know, man. The dude is weird.com. But I'm right now, what really matters to me and probably only me is that I get these Air Jordans, man. I need them in my life. So that's what I really care about. That's what's really important to me right now. Mr. Opinion, why are you shaking your head, man?
Yeah,
I mean,
you seem like distraught.
Yeah, man.
I'm really, I'm a man of the people. I really support everybody's work, and it's, respect. I know people have their different thoughts and opinions on different things. So I'm trying not to be triggered by the idea of Michael Jordan and his shoes and his lackluster ability.
Wow.
That's very dramatic. And I just want to say, Mr. Opinion's a huge Jordan fan. He loves his shoes. He loves the way he plays basketball. He's always talking about how he's the best basketball player ever to play the game.
He's the best marketed player in the history of basketball.
That's another episode, fellas.
This is just something he wants to do for the cameras, but he's a big fan.
Episode, fellas. Come on.
I just want to say, Mr. Opinion, this might make you feel a little bit better, man. They don't have my size. So.
Oh man!
Do they have my size? They have my size. They have 15s.
No,
they
man.
got skis.
They don't make stupid in Air Jordans. they don't make a size stupid.
All right, I think we got to wrap episode 19.
If anybody finds the Air Jordan retro they made for the 15th time in a row in the size, what you weigh, a 10, 11?
10 and a half, man.
A 10 and a half. Holla at Maul.
5 crafts, man. Holla at me. I'm willing to pay $3 over market value.
$3. There you go.
$3.
And I'd send it to you in Buffalo nickels if you want me to.
Shout out my boy Ja. Episode 19, baby.
Ja Rule?
My boy. You know what I'm saying? Gun enthusiast. All right, here we go, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Episode 19 is in the books. We did our thing. You know what I'm saying? We finished, we're done, we're getting all that information out of there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in the building. Fred, what's happening? Say what's up.
Hit the buttons.
I'm in the building.
Maul, what's happening? Say what's up.
Hey, listen, man. Hit the buttons, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man. If you like what you hear, man, if you like hanging out with the fellas, man, push them buttons, man, so we can get a bigger, broader audience, man, so we can bring more people into the family, man. It's just a bunch of dudes having a good time kicking it, man.
There you go. Mr. Opinion, what's happening?
Yo, we on the way up, and it's going to be stuck. Hey.
Besides
you're really
all
bad
that
at that kind of
that
stuff.
you just heard, man.
That is not your wheelhouse.
Besides all that foolishness, man. Hey,
I appreciate y'all, man.
I appreciate everybody. Everybody appreciate everybody, man. Keep watching. Keep listening. Comment. Like it, don't like it, whatever. Just keep listening to us, man. We're going to keep bringing it to you. We out of here. Peace.